Bonjour YouTube, welcome back to California, to West Africa. I'm out walking Rex today. It's a nice beautiful day. It's about 80 degrees, low humidity. I'm walking on the street just coming back from the bakery. Look, got the classic baguette type bread. Let me just say about that real quick. You know what? You know that you're eating healthier bread without all the enrichedness and all the vitamins and all the preservatives they put in bread back in America. This bread goes bad very, very quickly, so I'm sure that it's only just the three simple ingredients: water, yeast, and flour with a little bit of salt. That's all I eat now. I don't even eat sliced bread. So I don't know. I don't think sliced bread is the invention that they really tout it to be. You know, the best invention since sliced bread. So anyway, I got a few things I want to talk about today, and let's get down to the video. So I'm home from taking a walk with Rex. I went down to the street vendor. You know, a lot of people say, well, actually, I don't know what a lot of people say about eating street food. My friend Jim B, and if you don't know his channel, go visit his channel. Jim Journey. Jim Journey. He's in Vietnam right now. I just saw
Me, Jim, coming to you from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and I'm here on Bien Bien Street, and this is a popular place. I think this is a popular nightlife spot. I may come here later on in the evening, but I hear it's a happening place called the Bien Bien Walking Street. So very popular place to visit here in Ho Chi Minh City. So in this video, I'm going to just show a couple key spots that people come and visit. So you've already seen a couple places that I've already shown you. So this video is going to show some other places here. And so Ho Chi Minh City is probably going to be the main area that I'm going to be focused on this trip. Even though I could have probably seen, since I'm here for over 3 weeks, could have made a trip. Oh, come on. As you can see, they like to sell things to you. So I've had, just being here in the last couple minutes, people trying to sell me glasses and souvenirs. As you can see, you know, they're trying.
It looks suspiciously close to Africa. Anyway, so we're talking about some of the street vendors, and should you eat the street food, because the cleanliness conditions is not always the best whenever you're dealing with street vendors. But I think it's perfectly fine. My best friend eats from the vendor all the time. The meat doesn't look like really high quality meat. It's very tough, but he swears by it. In fact, that's all he eats. So anyway, matter of fact, he's gonna eat one second. Anyway, so my best friend eats this meat all the time, and he's never had any stomach problems that I know of. So anyway, he's never had any stomach problems that I know of. Hey Rex, come get your food. Come get your street vendor food. Because I'm not eating that shit. Rex and Ginger, I named her Ginger because she's orange. They do not like to eat, well, Ginger, she'll eat dog food, dry dog food. And Rex only eats meat. He refuses to eat any kind of dry, even if I starve him for a day or two, which I don't like to do because I was trying to get him to eat. And I tried to buy some premium dog food. He doesn't eat, he only wants, here, watch out, Ginger, that's Rex's food. Go ahead, get it, Rex. They're very used to each other. They're very nice. They share their food for the most part. Okay, so this is the view from my apartment. Again, I live in Bonamé, and I live in a 2-bedroom apartment for 250,000 West African francs. That's roughly $450. But this is a nice area just outside the expat area. I live on a busy street. I do get a lot of traffic noise. That's the reason why I want to move. The traffic is really bad. This is just a side street. A lot of people bypass the main road. So as you can see, I put up with a lot of car noise. And so I don't really like that. Plus they're building another apartment complex right here next to me. This is my dryer. So I had this couch. There's a cover on it, but it's a nice gray couch I had built, custom made. At a local vendor just right around the corner, and just for I want to say I paid about $200 for this whole entire set, and with covers. I put covers on because I have pets, so I put these covers on. I just made it blue. I don't know why. We have yellow pills, but it was very cheap and custom made, and the guy lives right around the corner. So I try to support my local vendors right around in this area. So as you can see, I have a cable provider, which is about maybe $10 a month. It's called Canal, and it runs about $10 or $15 a month, I think. But the apartment people provide that, and it's all French speaking. So Michelle and her mom, because we have Michelle's mom living here, and we have a live-in maid now, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I have high-speed internet. Now the best and most I don't know if it's the cheapest, but it's certainly the one recommended. It's got the most infrastructure. It's Orange. I just have a regular router, but I do have gaming speeds. I have fiber optics. I have fiber cable or internet service provider. It is gaming speeds. I mean, it's probably the top internet that you can get, and I pay about between $80 and $100. I can't exactly remember. Michelle pays the bills because I game on Xbox Series 10, and I still have a PS4. I didn't want to get the PS5 yet. I'll probably do that later, but I just know that they're going to pay there's high tariff taxes. I have my Google Hub. I'm able to run several. I don't have any internet problems since I've been here. Sometimes the power does go out, and so we'll be out of power for like maybe an hour, but it's nowhere near like Nigeria. Nigeria, you're going to be out of power for several hours every single day. Here I have power, reliable power every day. Sometimes it does go out, like I said, but it's not that bad. We bought this table at a local chick shop. It's just a 2-bedroom, so $450 a month. Also I'm going to show you something else here, but it's a small apartment for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people now, so including Bella. So it is a small apartment. We are going to move. It was okay. It was just Michelle and I. But I went and bought a very cheap, I think this is like less than $100. I got a freezer so I could freeze food. So one of the things I want to show you, now the water, they say the water is drinkable here. I personally will not drink the water coming out the tap. My French friend Matthew, or is in French, Mathieu. That's the thing about French, man. The names are so weird. Anyway, so... you can get appliances pretty cheap. There is no gas in the apartments here. Everyone uses propane. This is a pretty standard propane stove. This is not the most expensive stove, but it was good for our needs. It does have an electric lighter on it, but I don't plug it in because there's the thing about apartments here in Africa. They have limited plugs. There's only like 2 plugs in here, maybe like 2 in the living room, 3 in the living room, and 1 in the bedroom, 1 in each bedroom, but it's very limited. Now, one thing I was doing was I was buying packs of water for about 2,000 francs CFA. That's about, what is that, $3? So anyway, I finally, because I was going through so much water, I just said, you know what, I want to start buying these 5-gallon jugs. And these 5-gallon jugs are a third, maybe half the price, maybe a third to half the price of what a 6-pack of 9 liters. I get 18 liters here, so I get double the liters instead of using the bottled water. And so I went and bought a machine, a water dispenser. It's got hot water, scalding hot water for coffee, room temperature water, and cold water, and it comes with a little fridge. Now this was $200 USD, but within 4 months of buying water, it's gonna pay for itself. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. I should have did it a lot sooner. I also put screens on the windows. This cost me about 70,000 francs CFA to have all the screen, because there's mosquitoes out here. You guys know that malaria is prevalent in Africa. So I put screens. I didn't do screen doors yet. So it's so cheap here that Michelle's mother has come, because Michelle works full time, and I'm gonna go into the story about her job. She's a veterinarian doctor. She does have her doctorate. She is an actual doctor of veterinary medicine. So her mom came to live with us. Now I know a lot of people a lot of guys in the Philippines will say, oh, well, when you go to the Philippines, they want you to take care of the family. Now, because of the income I make, I don't support her family like that. But her mom, because her mom is in her 60s and she doesn't mind coming from the village, she came to live with us while Bella is young. So we have a nanny. We give her a little bit of money to stay here with us. And of course, I pay for food and the utilities for them. And check this out. This is what I love about Africa. I don't know about anywhere else, but here they call it a nunu. I guess that's French for nanny, maybe. She's a 19-year-old girl. She came to live with us to help because we don't listen. I, for one, wouldn't trust a stranger with my baby. Just for many reasons. Number one, it's just so she comes to live with us because Michelle works full time. Well, she does sort of work full time, but because I wanted a traditional woman when I got here. But then what did I find? I found an educated doctor that so she can't really be a traditional housewife per se. For the last 2 years before she got her job, she finally got her job. Michelle I pay for all the bills. I pay for I don't pay trips, bags, and all this other stuff. I don't do that. But I was supporting us for the last 2 years. When she got her job, now she makes about 20% of what I do. So kind of the unspoken how we've done it is because I'm not going to pay her family. I'm not going to pay this. If I came here to find a traditional woman, I want a traditional woman, but it didn't work out that way. So what Michelle does, I let her keep her money because it's only 20% of what I make. And out of that money, she pays her mom, pays for the nanny or the housekeeper that lives with us. And of course, we're going to get a bigger place. But for right now, the young maid that lives here with us, they're not here today. They went to Inyama. So they stay in this bedroom here. They have a mattress they put on the floor. But we went and bought our mom a bed. And then she puts this mattress on the floor and then she sleeps there. We're going to get a bigger place. Things will get better. I'm still new in here in Africa, so they don't mind, they didn't mind sharing a room. And so what I do is I cook for myself for my meal, my day meals or whatever. And then when Michelle comes home, she cooks for me. I am not going to do housework. I'm not going to do any cooking unless it's for myself during the day. They eat African food. I don't eat African food. The reason why I have not really got on a food tour here in Africa is because, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but I had a medical issue where I lost my sense of smell. I cannot taste food. I literally cannot. If there was a gas leak in here, I would die because I can't smell the gas. I cannot smell food, so therefore I cannot taste food. I can taste salt and sweet. So I'm sorry I can't give you a better critique on the food here. Okay, I don't like the texture. I don't. I'll eat. I can eat atiki and futu. Those things are okay, but I eat American food. I eat pork, steak, chicken, rice, and potatoes. I'm a very meat and potatoes kind of guy, so I don't like eating the street food. I will go out to restaurants. It's not cheap. That's what I'm saying. Depending on your lifestyle, you're going to find that you can spend just as much money here as you could in the States. In fact, I'm spending about, just for myself and food, well, for everybody, for the entire household, last month I spent $500 on food and for the entire month. That includes, garbage bags and actually probably a little bit more because pets cost money. I have a dog and a cat, so that's running me about $100 a month in upkeep and maintenance, of food and water for the dogs and cats. So anyway, somebody was asking me, well, what's the cost of living here? You can come here and live, if you want to just scrape by, between $500 and $1,000 a month if you got a really cheap place. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend trying to come here on less than $1,000. Honestly, you need $1,500 to live here, I think. If you want to live in a nice, safe area, even outside the expat area, you can do that. Listen, the infrastructure here is strong enough. I think it's comparable to any major city. You can come here and live a comfortable life. Shout out to my viewer. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. He said he had a woman he lives in, I think, Chicago, maybe. Anyway, he's got a girl in Zambia, and he was saying that he's trying to get her to come visit over here's the hard part about trying to bring a woman over to visit you. It's going to take about 2 years to get a visa, American passport or American tourist visa to come to America. Rex has come over to say hi. Now, you already know how my thoughts and feelings of bringing a woman to the United States. I personally, you couldn't torture me to do that. Honestly, if you can work remotely, guys, and you want to have the African experience, I can only speak to my experience here in Abidjan. Abidjan is a perfectly fine city. It's not perfect. It's not America. I know I just posted a video about my home invasion scare, but listen, I've been home invasioned in America when I was a kid in Sacramento. I got held at knife point as a kid in Sacramento, California. So it's not exactly completely safe here, but in the city, for the most part, when I go out, I feel safe. Even though I've had a few problems with run-ins with police, and of course the home invasion that happened. That was in another city outside of Abidjan. It's called Bingerville. That was an old video. I just reposted it because a lot of you guys are new here, and that was an old video I posted before I even tried to make content. So guys, check it out, please. I'm asking you. I think I have a good niche here to go out and show West Africa. I think I have a good sense of or a good experience here in West Africa that where I can honestly say, because I'm all about the truth for this channel, and I think wholeheartedly that West Africa is a really good option if you're able to work remote. I think it's a good option, an alternative option to the Philippines and Thailand and things like that. Depends on what you want to do. Now, somebody else also told me, oh, I don't want to raise children in Africa. Listen, guys, if you're coming overseas or if you're looking overseas to find a woman, you already know that the reason why you want to get out of the country because the women in America, in general, it's too scary, man. Too many false allegations, entitled women, the cost of living. All over the world, women are the same, guys. They're not different. The culture is different. So if you're going to try to bring, why would you, now listen up, guy, the guy that messaged me in my comments. Listen, why would you want to bring a woman to the United States? She's going to become Americanized. And yes, I'm sorry, that is a bad thing. If you're going to have a foreign woman, listen, guys, ironclad rule. Go to that country and live, at least for a while. Maybe I'll change my mind later on after Michelle has proven her loyalty. Because this is what I'm doing. I'm vetting Michelle right now. Michelle's a great woman. I can't say anything bad about her. But I know that she's just a woman. And I'm sorry to say, but if I, listen, I'll tell you why I think that it's a really big mistake to bring a woman to the United States. Because women, or people in general, can get very used to posh living lifestyles. An upgraded lifestyle will only be new for a little while. They'll appreciate it for a little while. When I met Michelle, she was in a studio apartment, no air conditioning. She was making less than $200 a month. She had no TV. She had no refrigerator. She had nothing before I got here. Nothing. The clothes on her back. And she was going to work. She was a veterinarian in an office before she got her state job. So when I got here, I immediately went and purchased one of these air conditioner units. We got two of these. They're not very efficient. They only cool down one room at a time. There's no caulking around the windows. There's no weather stripping. I don't even know where I wanted to go try to weather strip. My utilities run me about, here they go. See, I have very sparse furnishings. I'm still new here, so I haven't bought all the necessary things that I want to have to live comfortably, but I have the basics, Like I had this entertainment cabinet. So upon Michelle meeting me within 2 years, she's African. She normally goes and lives in the village. She sleeps on her mosquito net, no air conditioning, and she was fine. Now that she's been living with me, she's become more Americanized. She can't even sleep without the air conditioner anymore. I sleep less with the air conditioner. I can sleep with a fan now. It's not that hot here. And now she's, I got to have the air conditioner, or she's got to have this kind of food, or because I've leveled her up out of her poverty, and now she's getting used to it. Now I can just imagine. I'm not saying she's just a woman. If I brought her back to America, she would immediately have access to good jobs, great health care. She would become acclimated to America, and plus I'd be in that system with Michelle. And Michelle knows about my past, my false allegation. What if I don't put it past anybody? I don't trust my mama to not take advantage in a situation where you have the upper hand. When you're a woman in America, you are empowered. I know people aren't going to agree. They go, hey, what do you do if you just find a good woman? Listen, you don't know what people are capable of until they're in a situation where they have power over you. I'm not putting, I know, listen, I am truly becoming an African man. I am African American now. I'm very conservative in my views. I lead Michelle. She's in a relationship. She's my woman. I have the boundaries in the relationship to where, before I met her, she never dressed sexy. When she was in Ukraine, I've already checked all her Facebook. I've checked her social media. She only has Facebook. I saw how she was dressed. I really have been vetting her. All the things that you learn on YouTube about vetting women is all true. Making sure what kind of friend. Michelle has friends. One girl, very nice girl. She had a boyfriend. She's got a kid, but she's not married. But is still a good girl. She lives in another city. She's very poor, but she just seems like a good person. Her other friend is her veterinarian assistant. She's good friends with. She's a church-going girl and still a virgin. So those are her friends that she hangs out with. She doesn't dress sexy, and if she did try to dress sexy or try to go out on girls' nights out, or if she was constantly wanting bags and trips and making me pay more, I wouldn't be in that relationship. This is what I'm saying. This is the other video I did about how they try to dupe these African women that are going to America and getting their green card. You're running a risk, guys. Don't do it. Like I said, in the future I might change my mind. Maybe I'll go to America. Maybe after Michelle proves herself. But even if I don't, I have Bella is American now, because anyway, if you're a green card holder, a naturalized citizen, whatever, if you're an American citizen, wherever you're born, your baby is American. So even if Michelle and I broke up, so if something, God forbid, anything were to happen, I think this is going to work for the long run. I don't have any illusions about it, but the way I am in my relationships now is I'm indifferent. Listen, I'm a very loving guy, and I love Michelle, and I love Bella dearly, and I even love Michelle's family. I want the best for them. Matter of fact, this Christmas we bought them a 50-inch TV in their little brick home up in Inyama. We paid for some cement to be poured around the house, and we put in electricity for them. They didn't even have electricity. But that all came out of Michelle's pocket. I let her keep her money. I support my family. I don't know if you want to call me a tradcon now, but I believe in supporting women in the relationship you're in. I don't believe in being a simp, giving random women money or buying unnecessary gifts. Listen, and this is the one thing I loved about Michelle. I wish she was here right now because I'd ask her. I've asked Michelle several occasions. I've celebrated 2 birthdays with her. It's going to be the second Christmas. Every time I ask Michelle, hey Michelle, what do you want for Christmas, or what do you want for your birthday? Her answer every time for the last 2 years has been, I only want you. Now that's not because but if we were in America, I think her standard of living would go up so much that she would become entitled just like anybody else. This is why I would not bring a woman. Listen, if you got a Zambia woman or if you got a Kenyan woman, hey guys, I'm sorry, man. Bring your ass to Africa. If you truly care about your relationship, you will guard it with your life. I'm guarding my relationship with Michelle with my life. I'm sacrificing a lot to be here. I think this is a good place to raise kids. Here's why. Have you ever noticed, and let's go to a strong stereotype about Africans, especially Nigerians. Hey, my Nigerian brothers, I love Nigeria. Seriously. But what have you noticed about when Nigerian immigrants come over to America? Within 10 years, and someone hit me with some facts if you don't believe me, Nigerians are some successful, smart, honest, hard-working people. Africans in general. When they go to America, within 10 years, they're living the American dream. They've got houses, BMWs, Mercedes, working in nurses, got degrees. Within 10, why can't black people in America do that? That's been living there the whole life. Oh, there's racism. Bullshit. It's because of the culture. The culture of, this is why I don't want to spoil my kids in America and have them grow up with cell phones stuck in their face, going to public schools or anything like that. I'm going to raise my children over here in a modest means, in a modest way, in a way that I can have control over my family as a man, because I am a leader in my family. I'm going to ensure, now this is my pipe dream, is I want to raise good, solid, respectable, good behaving, proper, productive members of society. That's what I want out of having kids. I want to, and I'm only looking at my kids. I'm not worried about my kids' kids, this generation. I'm going to be dead in 20 years. So my job as a parent is to raise those kids in a productive way. And then if they want to go to America, my kid's going to be bilingual. She's going to speak many languages, I hope. That's my goal. She's going to be educated enough, not overly educated. I'm trying to tone that down a little bit. And if she wants to go to America, and if my kids want to go to America, they're citizens. They can certainly go, and they can come, and they can still be connected with their culture. Because I'm telling you, the culture over here, just like in Vietnam and Thailand and Philippines, and probably more so here in Africa, family ties are so tight. There really is a great culture family. Michelle's family is, look, I see Michelle's mom come over and take care for our baby. She's living here. She treats Bella because it's her granddaughter. So there really is something to say. Now, I don't think guys should be scared when you go to the Philippines and worry. You know, if you have the money, I don't see there's nothing wrong with helping the extended family, because it's family. I know there's a lot of pros and cons of that. I'm not saying get duped by some girl, be a simp, and give her family. I don't do that. So this entire year, of course, I've let Michelle funnel some money to her parents, but it's for it's almost like necessary. Like, we put screens on our windows in their house, we put cement down, we gave them some electricity and a TV. I'm not, and her dad is a retired school teacher, and he has many grandchildren. He's got several daughters and sons. They have a big family. I'm happy to let Michelle funnel some of her earnings, because her family put her through college. They really suffered to put her through college. So I think so that's my situation. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a long one, so I'll see you on the next one. And I love Africa, man. I love Cote d'Ivoire. Guys, I'm telling you, Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, West Africa, it is a good place to be. I think anyone that comes here will be very happy. African women, honestly, I know they're not driven, but the culture here is such that you can find a great woman. It's not hard. I mean, the process for me was hard. It was a long journey. I did run into some bad women. My little anecdotal evidence of what the prostitution is in Nigeria and all that stuff. I know that I ran into just a pocket of bad people. I understand it's going to happen. You're going to make mistakes. I just noticed in the 2 years I've been here in Cote d'Ivoire, I have not run into any snakes since I've been here. Sure, a few, questionable past girls, but for the most part, if I hadn't met Michelle, I would have had at least 2 or 3 other great women that I met that would have been, great as well. I chose Michelle. Michelle's beautiful. Michelle is hardworking. Michelle is ambitious. She loves being a mom. She is submissive to me in a good way. I lead if she lets me lead. She trusts me. I watch her day in and day out. She's a great mom, and it's because of her culture, not because she's a woman. Like I said, all women are the same, but because of her culture, it's really shaped her character. I really highly recommend it. Okay, YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Please like and share the video and help push me. I want to get 1,000 subscribers. This is all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be vlogging and showing you guys Africa.
Why do you look so
Thank
cute?
you very much. See you on the next one.
Huh? Hi. Mwah.
Bisous, bisous.
Bisous. You gonna give Daddy a kiss?
Yeah.
Hi. Ah.
She's smart.
Get over here. Come here, you. Come here.
She won't come.
Come here, you. Come here. Oh, Rex. I'll call him.
Yeah, Rex.
Up.